Been a while, and I decided, as promised, to post a video since we've been away for a while. We've been busy moving offices, been busy working on new materials, adding new strategies, new question banks for our students. And I'm not doing this like a formal video like we usually do in the classroom because I'm actually on the way out of the office. But I decided to cover something that comes up quite a bit, and it was especially reiterated today when one of our new students signed up. And basically, the question that she had first is, look, I've given IELTS more than 6-7 times, and especially common for Colombians and Brazilians and South Americans. Lots of people have tried IELTS before. And she said, look, I've given IELTS 6 or 7 times and I'm so frustrated. It always takes me weeks to get the result, and I'm frustrated because I keep failing. And I especially keep failing in the writing section. So she said, my biggest problem is grammar. So what's different about PTE? How can I pass the exam if I'm always missing by half a band and 1 band in IELTS and writing? So look, I want to clarify once and for all how to pass PTE writing, especially without having a good knowledge of grammar. So the most important thing you guys need to understand that the writing section itself only makes up roughly 60 to 65% of your total score in writing, meaning a lot of your marks in writing will actually come from the other section. Specifically, a lot of them will come from the listening section. So I'm going to give you guys a few simple ways to pass the PTE writing without having good knowledge of grammar. So the writing section itself only has 2 questions. The first one is summarized written text, so where you have to write a 1-sentence summary of the whole passage. The second one is the essay. So look, the writing section itself for summarized written text is easy. As long as you follow the word limit, as long as you follow the structure, meaning you're only putting 1 full stop at the end, you guys should be getting full marks, as long as your spelling and punctuation is not horrible. Now, the essays where a lot of people, especially from IELTS, are like traumatized, right? And they panic because, you always tend to miss it because the marking in IELTS is really harsh. So in PTE, if you guys have never given it before, or maybe you've only given it once or twice, it's quite common to use essay templates. Now, please don't do this in IELTS. And actually, I had one of our students ask me, can I give this template to my brother because he's attempting IELTS? And I said, look, you can give him the template, but chances are he's going to fail miserably. Because in IELTS, if they even smell that you're using a format or anything remotely close to that, you're going to fail right away. So the reason why I need to use a format, typically for the essay for 79 plus, so for 18 each, you'll be writing between 250 to 300 words. Now, a pretty good format is going to make up 200 to 220 words, meaning what you need to add from your brain is only maybe 4 to 6 sentences. And actually, you can use like baby words, like really simple language. So what I usually tell my students in class is you need to pretend that you're talking to a 5-year-old child whenever you give your idea and examples. Because if your idea and examples are too difficult for a child to understand, they're probably too difficult for the software to pick up sometimes. So again, bottom line is find a format, or you can even make up your own format with complex sentence structure. And the ideas that you're going to put in from essay to essay that are going to vary are going to be very simple language. So that covers the writing section itself. Now, the next one, listening section, summarize spoken text. So that's the one where you listen to the audio and you have 10 minutes to write a summary of the audio. This one carries a lot of marks in writing as well. So the best advice I can give for that particular section is whenever you're writing, I think somebody's walking by. Just waiting by. So for this one in particular, whenever you're actually taking the notes, what I would recommend is don't get individual keywords. So for example, let's say the audio talks about the importance of vitamin D. Don't just write vitamin D, sun, deficiency, people, preventing cancer, type 1 diabetes. Because what happens is if you, for example, even give native English speakers individual words, a list of 15 to 20 words, and they have to make up the sentence on the spot, chances are they're going to mess up the timing. Past tense, present tense, future perfect, past, present, continuous, and so on. So instead, what I suggest, whenever you're taking notes, try to get clusters of words. So try to get groups of words of 3 or 4 words together, because it makes it way easier whenever you connect the points. You're only going to combine 3 and 4 words with another set of 3 and 4 words, so you got 1 sentence. So again, rather than getting individual keywords, get chunks of words. Get half a sentence, half a sentence, half a sentence, half a sentence, and whenever you combine it, it's going to be way easier for you guys. And the last most important tip in passing the writing section without good grammar is you need to nail your write from dictation. So those of you guys that have been following our channel for a while, you've seen a lot of our videos from me, from Shane, from the founder, Umar as well. So I keep emphasizing, I'm like a broken record whenever it comes to the importance of write from dictation. Now, write from dictation doesn't need a lot of good grammar. There's only about 500 to 550 sentences that come repeated in the exam over and over and over again. So even if you're really bad at listening, even if you're really bad at writing, you can still memorize because the question bank is still limited. So if you are practicing the right material, or you are using, for example, a good forecast file like we provide to our students a week before the exam, like a prediction file where the questions are repeated that week. So if you're following something like this and you practice lots of dictations, and let's say you get 3 dictations and you get all of them 100% correct, so they will make up a huge chunk of your marks. So how do we know that? For example, let's say if you come to us and let's say your writing is in the 50s, okay? It does not matter how good your essay was, doesn't matter how good your grammar is. If you're in the 50s, chances are you completely ruined all your dictations. You completely messed them up. If you're in the 60s, maybe you got 1 correct. If your writing is in the 60s, maybe you got 1 dictation correct, but the other ones were gone. If you're in the 70s, you probably got 2 out of 3 or 2 out of 4 correct. And only when you're in the high 70s or 80s, that means we know you're getting your dictations correct and you're probably making smaller mistakes in the other sections. So again, bottom line is there's 4 things pretty much you need to do, right? So for summarized written text, make sure you're following the structure, you don't cross the word limit. For the essay, make sure you have a good format and you only add 4 to 6 sentences from your own head, depending on the question that changes. Number 3, for summarized spoken text, you need to make sure that rather than getting individual keywords, you're getting clusters of words or chunks of words together, because it makes it easier because you're already taking the grammar from the actual speaker in the audio. And the 4th and most important, smash your write from dictation. You do that, I promise you, passing writing with 79 plus without knowing grammar is going to be a piece of cake. So hopefully that was useful. Hopefully the buses in the street are not making too much noise and you guys can hear everything okay. But guys, that's my advice. Just wanted to put this out there. Leave us a thumbs up, leave a comment over here if you miss me and you miss seeing videos from us. And we will be posting some more repeat sentences as well and some new dictations as well. So stay tuned, share this video. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. See you.